So tonight I think I'm going to, and so I bought some acetone, an ounce of rubber cement, and I will probably use colors to buy. That's the cheapest one. I found it over here. By the time it works its way. So tonight I think I'm going to try to fix this big monster farm tractor tire, fix the splits and stuff in it. There's this spot here, and I look a little closer at this, and it is split down to the cording. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I can see it. It's split down to the cording, and I bought some tire repair stuff. So we have this to fix, and then that other spot on the other side, but we'll do this one first, and I'll show you guys what I bought. So I bought some acetone to clean everything up. I bought this piece of rubber. It's maybe a 1/16 of an inch thick, and it's a big piece, probably 12 inches by 12 inches. I bought this rubber cement stuff, and I bought a radial tire patch kit, and I also bought this tire and rubber patch, and it's got this metal buffer thing, half an ounce of rubber cement, and I will probably use the big patch, but it comes with a couple of other ones. So these are what I'm going to use to try to fix this tire and hopefully make it last a while. And I want to say first, I don't ever claim to be a professional at this. I am just showing you guys what I'm doing, and I don't know if this is going to work or not. I am also going to put a tube in this thing, so I'm hoping that doing all of this will permanently fix this tire for as long as I'll be able to use it. But this tire, to buy brand new, is I'd originally said it was $300. I later find out I must have been looking at the wrong tire, or that tire sold. This tire is $420 to buy. That's the cheapest one I found online to buy brand new. And I don't know, I'm not buying a new one, I'll tell you that right now. These things are just so darn expensive, and I'm going to try to get as much life out of this thing as possible. If this split over here, by the time it works its way the whole way around the tire, that's when I'll probably buy a new one, or I'll try to find a used one. So let's start fixing this thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get the tire prepped. In order to do all of this, you need a very clean surface on the inside and the outside of the tire to put this stuff on. And I'm sorry I didn't get a closer video of what I was actually doing. It's kind of difficult filming with just myself and trying to get this all in frame and whatnot. Yeah. The tripod would have had to have been probably, I don't know, 6 inches from my head to see what you guys, so you guys could see what I was seeing. So basically, I'm just prepping this, and in 2 of the tire patch kits, they gave you this thing that, it's about the size of a quarter. It's a little piece of metal, and it has a really, really rough side to it, and you run that over the entire area that you're putting the patch on, and that roughs up the area to give something for the glue to bond to. And then after that, what I did was I cleaned the area with some acetone, and then I also took my paint marker that I got in the the two welding spools, the bonus that it came with. I used that to trace out where the patch was going to go, so I knew where to put the glue and stuff on. So the rubber cement you just spread around with, I actually used another small piece of the patch to spread the rubber cement on. They said to let it dry, and then it was pretty warm the day I was doing this, and I let it dry for a little bit, maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. And then I put the patch on, and I made sure you go from the middle of the patch out to the edges, so you don't put any sort of air bubble in it, because that's not what you want. You want the patch to adhere evenly, and I tried to do that the best that I could. And then I went around the edge with some more rubber cement, and this stuff does smell a lot. You see me put my shirt up over my nose. It's not good to be breathing these fumes, and I tried my best not to breathe it. So then I went around and worked on the other tire patch. I think total I put 7 patches in this tire. 4 patches on the outside and 3 on the inside. And I've got to say, these patches actually seem to be a pretty good fix for this tire, at least from what I can tell and what I see right now. They added quite a bit of strength, which I was really surprised. The spots where there's the one spot where the cording was ripped through, they almost punctured this tire. It didn't go the whole way through, but it was through to the inner side of the rubber on the inside of the tire. And I could pretty easily flex that spot on the tire, because the cording was broke, so it's a pretty weak spot on it. And I put 2 patches on that. I put one in the middle. There was a bigger round one, and then I put a real large one, half of that sheet, over top of it again, making sure I'm working all the air bubbles out and going around the edge with more rubber cement. So I did that, and then on the other side, I only put a 4x6 inch patch on it, and that seems to have, it spreads out the surface area for the weak spot. It adds strength, so like if I fill this up to 15 psi, it evens out the pressure, I guess, for the weak spot. And I know they say these things mainly go on the inside, and I understand that and get that, but I also put some on the outside to try to, I don't know if it's going to do anything, but it makes the tire look a little better, and instead of a hole and the cording showing, basically. But I put 4 patches total on the outside of the tire, and those will probably get rubbed off, or something might happen to them. I don't really know, but I'm really glad I did this. I think this fix only cost me $30 maybe, and that's what that includes that whole bottle of acetone, and I didn't even need the entire bottle. I was looking at buying a gallon of it, but I figured for this, this stuff is good. And I made a little mistake here. I put the glue on the patch itself, which you are not supposed to do. You are supposed to put make an outline of it with a marker or something, so you know where to put the rubber cement, and you put the rubber cement on the tire, not on the patch. So it's live and learn. I'm not a professional at this, and I don't ever claim to be. I'm just kind of showing you guys what I'm doing here, and this is not a how-to video. And since I'm also putting a tube in, I think this tire should last a good long while. I knew this tire was kind of cut up whenever I bought the tractor, and it's just one of those things, and there was a whole bunch of there's like little pieces of wood in between the tire and the rim, so I don't know what the heck they were doing with this thing, but probably stuff that they shouldn't be doing. I mean, you can pull logs and stuff with it, you just have to be careful. So I'm fixing this other split now, and I cleaned the area first, and I started putting the rubber cement on. And what I should have done was rough it up, which I don't think I did this. Yeah, I started putting the rubber cement inside that. I tried to spread the crack open some to get the rubber cement to go inside. And you see me put on gloves and stuff now. It's not good to get that stuff on your skin, and I figured having some gloves on will make this job a lot better. So now I'm putting on 2 patches. Oh, I did rough it up a little bit. You really want to get this rather rough so the rubber cement has something good to stick to. And of course you can see it's getting dark. It's just kind of one of those things. The camera doesn't really like to work this late. It makes a video of pretty poor quality, but bear with me here. So I had to use 2 patches on the outside because I did not have one patch that was big enough, so it's just one of those things, I guess. But I'm putting the rubber cement on and pressing real hard, trying to get all the air bubbles out. So hopefully these things last a good long time. So I wanted to give you guys a closer look at the tire because it was getting dark last night whenever I was fixing this. So this was the one hole, and this stuff has actually gotten quite hard. I'm kind of surprised. Like that might be part of the tire. Sure, it doesn't look the best, but these tires, they do have, there's dry rot stuff, but it's an old tire, and that's to be expected. So that's the outside of the hole that was through the cording. And this is the outside of the other one. And I will probably put some more stuff on this to kind of blend this in, I guess, a little. Something to, with the rubber cement, go over the edges so it doesn't really... it doesn't delaminate, is I guess what I'm trying to say here. And that's the inside of the one. So I put that big patch over it, and it seems to be alright. There was definitely a weak spot in the tire there, and hopefully this, I know it's probably a band-aid on the problem, but hopefully it works. And then this is the other patch that I did, and I used that piece of rubber, and it seemed to hold halfway decent. It's not the prettiest thing, but I'm spreading out the PSIs on this, and hopefully I can get this tractor to last just as long as the other tire will. I don't know, I might be able to get another 10 or 20 years out of this thing. That'd be really nice. And there's a little cut right here too. Not nearly as bad as the other two though, so well, I just thought I'd show you guys what these, I put a patch on the inside, and this one here has 2 patches on it. I think I put 1 patch on the inside of this one. Actually, the bigger one of these 2. This one came with I don't know, a patch about that big. So I put that one on the other side here, on this side inside, and I put the big one over top, and it seems to have made the tire stronger. This was definitely a weak spot. I could take my hand and really easily squish the tire, so I definitely knew that that one spot where the both were obviously weak spots, but especially the one where it had punctured through the cording, and I knew that was a weak spot, and I'm just kind of building it up, trying to make it stronger again, and then that big patch helps
spread out the surface area, you know, of whatever PSI we're putting in this. I think I'll put like 15 or maybe 20 at the most PSI in this, and I'm also putting a tube in, so hopefully these things last a while, and for as much as we use the tractor, I think it will. So hope everyone enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and hopefully we will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.